What if 2025 is the year that finally brings you what you want? Your dream career, that big ambitious goal that you've been putting off, the relationships that feel aligned with your soul, your dream body. What if you could make it all happen? I'm not talking about wishful thinking. I'm talking about manifesting your dream year with intention and action. This past year has been a battlefield for me. I have an episode where I'm crying about being overwhelmed in Los Angeles. My dream of being a successful screenwriter keeps getting harder and harder because my values don't align with Hollywood producers, agents, and managers that I meet with, and sometimes I work with them. But I'm always forced to go back to the indie world because that's where real art happens. So yeah, it's been a challenging year for me. I was also forced to fight for my rights, my mom's rights, and my peace of mind, honestly. It's a whole story, and I'm gonna talk about it on TikTok, so make sure to follow me there. I'll put the link down below. This experience taught me something that I thought I never had: the ability to hold my ground, no matter how chaotic things got around me. And I realized that I'm very protective over my mom, which is a good thing. Like, you can't mess with my mom. And I realized that I'm so powerful when I'm fueled by that. And I feel like today those things that I've experienced are shaping how I'm preparing for my dream year 2025. So this episode is for anyone who feels like 2024 left them spinning, but ready to turn that chaos into clarity. Let's dive into how you can manifest your dream year. By the way, welcome back to a Screenwriter's Secret Diary podcast. My name is Sarah, and every Wednesday we dive into the fake world of Hollywood, how to become an artist in this crazy world, the reality of living in Los Angeles that no one talks about. We also have episodes like this for self-development, improving your life, becoming the best version of yourself, and achieving your goals. Let's first reflect on 2024. Before you set your vision for 2025, ask yourself what worked, what didn't work. For me, 2024 was a year of massive growth. Like, wow. I totally get the numerology of 2024 being the year 8. I remember back in Christmas of 2023, they were saying like it's the year 8, it's massive growth and change, and I totally get it. It was crazy. I was forced into situations I never expected. And let me give you the highlight reel, so maybe it'll help you reflect. On one hand, I had creative wins. My fiction podcast, Bonnie Scrubs Up, got renewed for season 2. We made the contract. I literally ran the writer's room for it. I was hired for a horror short film. I was hired by someone who worked in Universal for a feature film. And it's been amazing. I launched this podcast on February 2024, and I'm so proud of it. I'm so happy. It's not just about screenwriting or Hollywood and stuff. It's about everything that I go through as a person. I also met with Apple TV and Netflix, like the producers from there, and they all told me to write my sci-fi projects as novels. So that's something I want to work on in 2025, but and I also started envisioning this story content empire online because I thought, like, if my values are not aligned with Hollywood, then maybe I can align them with myself and with the audience directly. So let's do this. And on the other hand, I was in a constant state of fight or flight. My dad passed away in 2022. And since then, there's this crazy family drama, not just drama, but also like inheritance battles, standing up to people I thought I could trust. This situation pushed me in ways that I was not prepared for. My therapist and I were reflecting back on the past 3 months I've been in Turkey, where I'm visiting my mom and my grandma and helping my mom with this crazy court cases, a lot of them going on. That also includes going on this large farm and making sure my half siblings were not able to steal the products this year, because it's a lot of money and they've been stealing for 2 years since my dad passed away. So this meant finally standing my ground, waking up at 6 a.m. to get there. I had to stand my ground. I had to count the cases of fruits and make sure they're not stealing. It was a whole thing. I had to go to the police several times to give statements about what they were doing to me. For example, like how they were putting a lock and not letting me into my own land. So that fight gave me the clarity that I needed in life. It taught me that no one is coming to save you. You are the one who has to fight for your dreams, for your boundaries, and for your future. If you're listening to this and you've had a rough year, remember, the hardest years teach us the most about who we are. And I'm so grateful for 2024 for finally making me realize that I'm strong enough to face whatever life throws at me. Now let's get to the step-by-step guide. Step 1 is going to be get clear on your vision. So now that we've cleared the slate, it's time to dream big. It's time to dream big. I do this every year. It's my favorite part of planning. So I open my Notion app and create a vision board, but not the Pinterest kind. I do the Pinterest one too. Pinterest vision boards are really helpful. I also did this little icon thing on my homepage. I chose 2025 vision board, so every day the photo changes and I get one photo from my vision board right in front of me every day. I love that. But the Notion app one is very specific. I break it down into exactly what I want my year to look like. Let's do it together. For example, close your eyes. Imagine it's December 31st, 2025. You're sitting somewhere meaningful to you. And maybe you're holding a screenplay or a book with your name on it. Think about the things that you have achieved, knowing it's December 31st, 2025. What have you achieved? What are you most proud of? What does the version of you look like at that point in life? And feel like feel your body, be in that person's shoes. And I think I've manifested a lot of change this year because I do this visualization a lot. I close my eyes, I do Joe Dispenza meditation, which literally changes your chemistry, by the way. I'll put the link down below to everything that I do from Joe Dispenza if you're interested. But for me, the vision is I see myself holding a final draft of my future film script, and I have a big studio deal that actually aligns with my vision, aligns with my values. I also envision my podcast hitting a major milestone, like more listeners than I ever imagined. So more people I can help, more people I can grow alongside. And I also imagine myself in my dream body, because right now I have like 20 kilograms more than I have to. It's like hurting my lower back, and I really want to lose weight. It's not at all because of the looks. I love the way I look, but I'm now realizing that it's not good for my health. So that's my dream 2025. And now it's your turn to define yours. Write it down, sketch it out, go to Pinterest, make a vision board, or go to Notion and make it a reality. Make it something you can see in front of you. Sometimes I even I print out the screenshot of my YouTube channel, for example, and then I put 200k subscribers on it on Canva, and then I print it out and I put it right in front of me by my desk on my laptop in Los Angeles, not here. But do stuff like that. Do stuff that you can see every single day and actually believe that it's a reality. Step 2 is going to be turn your dream into actionable steps. So here's the thing about manifesting. It's not magic, even though it kind of is magic, but it's also about aligning your actions with your vision. For me, this starts with planning. I use Notion to break my goals down into quarters. I ask myself, what's the one thing I can achieve by March? What's this one thing I can do by June, by December? Where do I want to be? And things like that. For example, when I was working on my recent scripts, I didn't just say, I want to finish this, because that's crazy. But I said, By March, I'll have a 10-page outline. By June, I'll finish the first draft. Bite-sized goals keep me moving even when life throws curveballs. Let's not forget accountability. Like, I was doing this thing on TikTok where I was being like, hey, let's be accountability partners. I want to do this by this. And then I was sharing updates. It didn't work. I wish it did, because I really needed the accountability partnership thing, because I don't know, it's not working out with my friends for some reason. It also doesn't work with my collaborators and stuff. So it's almost like my partner is the only one I can be an accountability partner with, but you need some other people too. So I don't know, like, I'm still working on it, but keep that in mind. If you have a friend you can be an accountability partner with, like, go do that. If you're interested in the TikTok version, let me know in the comments. I'll get back to it. If you have an accountability partner, it's so much better, because you'll work harder knowing someone is going to ask, so how's that thing going? Step 3 is going to be trust and stay open. Manifestation isn't just about doing, but it's also about trusting. Let me tell you a quick story, okay? This year, I was presented with an opportunity I didn't see coming. At first, I thought, this doesn't fit my plan, but saying yes to that led to something else that opened a lot of doors for me, and I didn't know that that could happen. So I feel like, plan, but also let go a little, because some things just come unexpectedly and you're like, what's happening? Oh my God, this should be a sign. I see 1111. I don't know if you're that kind of a girly, but I am. Another thing that happened, and it was crazy. I don't know if you saw the episode where I was crying my eyes out because I was going to fly to visit my family with my dog, and the flight was terrible because they were giving me this very uncomfortable seat, and I really wanted to upgrade to business, but that costs like $8,000, and I cannot afford that for just a flight, even though it's 14 hours. And trust me, business is worth it when you're flying for 14 hours. In economy, I'm dying, but I can die. Like, it's okay. Like, I will be alone and flying for 14 hours in economy. But when I have my little dog in front of me and they're giving me the window seat, I was just like, how is that going to happen? My dog, first of all, cannot fit under the seat in front of me, which is something they tell you. So I was just like, how am I gonna fit? And what if the person next to me is a big guy or a big girl? Like, how are we gonna fit in there? So I was really stressed, and I was like, I need business class for cheap, and how can I get it? And mind you, there was no business class left on that specific flight. But for 2 weeks or so, I closed my eyes and I visualized myself getting a last-minute business class for cheap, and I was feeling all the feelings of flying comfortably with my dog on the plane, putting my seat down and sleeping, and her being comfortable, like my legs fitting, amazing food, 14 hours of comfort and luxury. Like, that's what I was seeing and visualizing, and I would like feel myself on that day. I would even see the flight ticket. I would see like 6A and the date of the flight, and I would be like, oh, it's happening, it happened, I'm so grateful. There's also the technique, like being grateful for it, and then you release it, and I don't know, slowly it's almost like you align with it, like something happens there that I honestly cannot explain. But the day of the flight, I went there, and there was the economy line and there was the business line. The economy line was extremely long, but the business line was super empty. There was this guy standing there, and if he sees your business ticket, then he's gonna let you in. If not, you can't cross. So what I did was I went to the guy and I showed my economy ticket, and I was like, hey, so I'm economy right now, but I'm gonna upgrade it to business. So can I pass from here and do it as soon as possible? Because I don't want business to be full, right? And he told me that there was no business left on this flight. So I told him, which was a lie, that I saw one business seat free on the way here. So he immediately let me in. I walked up to the person to do the check-in, and I asked for business upgrade. She said there was no seat left, by the way. And then she went to her manager, and they were like talking about stuff, and then suddenly there was one seat left, and that was 1A. And I was just like, what? I upgraded for like $800 or $900. Like, it was $8,000, but I got it for cheaper than usual. And I at that point in time, I trusted manifesting. I already trusted before, but that was so real. That was so on point and real. So why did that happen? Because I trusted the universe. I knew that there was no other option than me flying business on that specific flight. So one of the biggest lessons I've learned is to stay open in manifestation. Manifestation doesn't always show up the way you expect it to as well. Like at that point, it showed up the way I expected it to. But I remember on some other day, I was also trying to manifest business. Like it was maybe 2022, 2023, and it didn't happen. And I was like, okay, there's something here that I have to learn apparently. So it doesn't always happen. Sometimes you have to trust that the universe or whatever you believe in is conspiring to help you. So it's okay if things don't happen exactly when you want them to. There's a process, trust that. Like I thought that I would achieve all the things I want to achieve now in 2025 in 2024. And it didn't go that way, but I learned so much more. I learned a lot that I probably should take with me, as it's almost like my therapist says, you have a toolbox. Your toolbox has expanded this year. Now you have to take that toolbox to Los Angeles and learn to stand up for yourself. So like even though 2024 or any other year is testing your patience, it's also testing your belief in yourself. So remember that, like this year has tested my belief in myself. I wanted to die so many times. You know, it's almost like I just want to disappear from the face of the earth. Like this is hard. But then I came back to my senses and I was like, no, I am strong. I can embody the version of myself that is queen, which is something we also talk with my therapist, like the queen energy. I'm the queen of whatever the heck I want, and I can embody that energy. And again, Joe Dispenza meditations really help. Like there's this 45-minute meditation I'll write down in the show notes, and at the end of the meditation, you literally feel your energy shifting, like your entire body embodies the things that you want. And then I feel like once you embody that energy, you can plan, because then you know that it's going to be a reality. You trust that you can be that version because you were that version just now in your meditative state. So yeah, I hope that helps. But the harder the test, the bigger the reward. Trust me on that one. But 2025 is your year if you claim it to be. It starts with a vision, then it grows with action, and it blooms with trust. You don't have to be perfect, okay? Don't aim to be perfect. You just have to start believing. You just have to start making small changes in your life. Like go do that meditation. After watching this video, go click on that whatever like meditation I just showed you. I think you might have to pay something. So if you don't want to pay, just go to YouTube and be like, changing your state of mind meditation, Joe Dispenza, blah, blah, whatever. Go and do that meditation. Like it starts with something small, but it grows into something big slowly. You cannot, like we were talking in the previous episodes with Valerie Powers, who is an amazing filmmaker and screenwriter. And we were talking about how Hollywood makes it seem like people became overnight success, but they don't realize those people were working for years and years and years before they became an overnight success. For example, you see this one actress becoming huge with some Universal or Warner Brothers movie, but then you look back and they've done so many indie movies, short films, indie web series. They were trying to do their own YouTube channel. Like you see these things. It's not an overnight success. You just have to keep doing, keep pushing. So here's your homework. Take 10 minutes today and write down your vision for 2025. But I really recommend you do some type of meditation before doing that, okay? Because I feel like you realize, like, even though you think you want to become a writer, suddenly you can be like, no, I actually want to have a podcast. You can realize some things about yourself that you didn't realize before. So do some meditation. And then after writing down your vision for 2025, take one small step to make it real. Maybe you do a vision board. You go to Pinterest, you go to Notion, but do these types of things. Or maybe you want to sign up for that class. For example, I want to go back to kickboxing because I realized some fights can turn into physical. I got kickboxing classes for 6 years and I wish I continued to take the classes. So now I want to go back to that. And I started researching kickboxing classes in Los Angeles. So I want to start again once I'm back. These types of stuff. So maybe you want to start signing up for that class. Maybe you have a document where you keep everything that you want to do. You have to say, maybe I believe in me. I believe in myself. Also, whenever you're overthinking, you can be like, whatever comes my way, I can face it. That's also important. You have to trust yourself that you can overcome whatever life throws at you. So if this episode inspired you, please give it a like. Comment down below what's one goal that you want to achieve in 2025. Make sure to subscribe for other episodes and definitely check out the interview episodes I had with Valerie Powers, because it's not just for filmmakers and screenwriters. It also is going to help you become the artist that you want to be and embody the values that you have. Because everyone is out there to get you. Like, trust me, they are. Everyone wants for you to sacrifice your goals. And I feel like those episodes with Valerie and Clara will help you. You can also tag me or DM me on Instagram. I have my links down below for everything. You are listening to a Screenwriter's Secret Diary podcast, and I'm so excited to manifest this dream year with you. Take care.